Hello, in this video, we are talking about managing your money, managing my money, managing our money. In this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is a continuation. This is video number 27. Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. We are continuing our discussion of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this video number 27. If you are new, welcome. My name is Sherifa Nakalema. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And on this channel, I share what I know and what I continue to learn. And the topics are YouTube tips, money and money online tips, business tips, also motivation, just asking you to take a step to make your life better. Recently, I added discussing books, and we're on Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If all that sounds interesting, please consider subscribing and sharing and leaving a comment. And for those of you who have been here before, who decided that this is a good message, thank you very much. I appreciate you very much. I'm hoping, please check that button. Check below this video. Is it red? If it's still red, that means you have not subscribed. And as you clear the red, you click on the red, also click on the bell that comes and choose all so that you get to know everything I'm doing here. You'll be notified. I share my schedule at the end of this video. Let's first go through the lesson, which is, this is video number 27. The lesson is lesson 3. From chapter 3, the book has 6 chapters and 6 lessons. This is lesson 3, chapter 3, minding your own business. And today, my intention is to finish it. I'm finishing lesson 3, and we are going to, the next video will be in lesson 4. The next video, which will be number 28, will be just giving you a heads up. The history of taxes and the power of corporations will be our next lesson in chapter 4. But today, I'm committed to finishing chapter 3, including all those notes that I give and the questions. We are doing all that in this one. So, before I do all that, yes, I have to remind, if you are new, who is Robert Kiyosaki, the one who wrote the book? He is a self-made millionaire, entrepreneur, educator, investor, with a mission to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, starting with one life and one person at a time. And he called the book Rich Dad Poor Dad because of 2 dads. One, the one he called Poor Dad, is his real father, who was a very intelligent man, highly educated, with a PhD, actually. He was superintendent of education. But what's sad about it is that he died broke. But he had another dad. He called a rich dad. And that's what his friend is dad. His friend was Mike. They met age 9, and he started learning from Rich Dad. And this was a man who left school at age 13, 8th grade, and ended up to be one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. So that's the story. We are learning what he learned. He's sharing in this book, and we are keeping attention. This is a book that could change your life if you take it seriously. I say, please take notes, and later I'll share how you get to all the lessons I finished and the book in audio form for free, or if you want to buy it. Let's first go through this lesson. We ended, this is video number 27, we ended video 26 at this point. I like to review like a little bit of where we ended before I continue. When we ended video 26, Robert was asking, so what kind of assets am I suggesting that you and your children acquire? He was suggesting to us what we need to get, the kind of assets. And he was saying that businesses that do not require your presence, stocks, bonds, income-generating real estate, notes or IOUs, royalties from intellectual property, such as music, scripts and patents, anything else that has value, produces income, or appreciates and has a ready market. Those are the suggestions he was giving us to look out for. Now, we're continuing lesson 3, the ending of lesson 3, actually finishing it up. And this is the message for video 27. I'm reading now. As a young boy, my educated dad encouraged me to find a safe job, but my rich dad encouraged me to begin acquiring assets that I loved. See the contrast between the messages of the two dads. Let me read it again. My educated dad, that's his real dad, encouraged me to find a safe job, but my rich dad encouraged me to begin acquiring assets that I loved. If you don't love it, you won't take care of it. And that's what rich dad used to say to him. I collect real estate simply because I love buildings and land. I love shopping for them. I could look at them all day long. When problems arise, the problems aren't so bad that it changes my love for real estate. For people who hate real estate, they shouldn't buy it. He's trying to emphasize that do something you have a love for, not just for money. Okay, I also love stocks of small companies. This is Robert saying, especially startups, because I'm an entrepreneur, not a corporate person. In my early years, I worked in large organizations such as Standard Oil of California, the U.S. Marine Corps, and Xerox Corporation. I enjoyed my time with those organizations, and I have fond memories. But I know deep down, I'm not a company man. I like starting companies, not running them. So my stock buys are usually of small companies. Sometimes I even start a company and take it public. Fortunes are made in new stock issues, and I love the game. Many people are afraid of small cap companies and call them risky, and they are. But that risk is diminished if you love what the investment is, understand it, and know the game. With small companies, my investment strategy is to be out of the stock in a year. On the other hand, my real estate strategy is to start small and keep trading up for bigger properties, and therefore delay paying taxes on the gain. This allows the value to increase dramatically. I generally hold real estate less than 7 years. You know, he just gave a big tip there. He talked about, this is me now. He talked about delaying. You start small and keep trading up for bigger properties, and therefore delay paying taxes on the gain. So that's a tip right there. For years, even while I was with the Marine Corps and Xerox, I did what my rich dad recommended. I kept my day job, but I still minded my own business. I was active in my asset column, trading real estate and small stocks. Rich dad always stressed the importance of financial literacy. The better I was at understanding the accounting and cash management, the better I would be at analyzing investments and eventually starting and building my own company. I don't encourage anyone to start a company unless they really want to. Knowing what I know about running a company, I wouldn't wish that task on anyone. There are times when people can't find employment, and starting a company seems like the best solution, but the odds are against success. 9 out of 10 companies fall in 5 years. Of those that survive the first 5 years, 9 out of every 10 of those eventually fail as well. So only if you really have the desire to own your own company do I recommend it. Otherwise, keep your day job and mind your own business. When he means that, he means start buy some assets generating income. When I say mind your own business, I mean to build and keep your asset column strong. Once a dollar goes into it, never let it out. Never let it come out. Think of it this way. Once a dollar goes into your asset column, it becomes your employee. it starts working for you, right? The best thing about money is that it works 24 hours a day and can work for generations. Keep your day job, be a great hardworking employee, but keep building that asset column. As your cash flow grows, you can indulge in some luxuries. An important distinction is that rich people buy luxuries last, while the poor and the middle class often buy luxury items like big houses, diamonds, furs, jewelry, or boats because they want to look rich. They look rich, but in reality, they just get deeper in debt or credit. The old money people, the long-term rich, build their asset column first. Then the income generated from the asset column buys their luxuries. The poor and the middle class buy luxuries with their own sweat, blood, and children's inheritance. A true luxury is the reward for investing in and developing a real asset. For example, when my wife Kim and I had extra money coming from our apartment houses, she went out and bought her Mercedes. It didn't take any extra work or risk on her part because the apartment house bought a car. She did, however, have to wait for years while the real estate investment portfolio grew and began generating enough extra. By the way, I'm about to finish this lesson. Extra cash flow to pay for the car. But the luxury, the Mercedes, was a true reward because she proved she knew how to grow her asset column. That car now means a lot more to her than simply another pretty car. It means she used her financial intelligence to afford it. Instead, most people impulsively go out and buy a new car or some other luxury on credit. They may feel bored or just want a new toy. Buying a luxury on credit often causes a person to eventually resent that luxury because the debt becomes a financial burden. After you've taken the time and invested in and built your own business, you are now ready to learn the biggest secret of the rich. The secret that puts the rich way ahead of the pack. That's the end of chapter 3 and lesson 3, mind your own business. But remember, he calls this a study session, and also he has a few questions and definitions. But before that, I think you have a note. You know, he always has those notes. It's a small one. So this is the note. Start minding your own business. Keep your daytime job, but start buying real assets, not liabilities. I'm going to read it again. Start minding your own business. Remember, this is a message to you. Keep your daytime job, but start buying real assets, not liabilities. So you can generate some money, some income. Okay, now we are going to what he called the study session, but actually the summary. The summary, he has those questions that I normally read at the end of the chapter, and also a few definitions. It's not long. It has 5 questions for you, and he has 4 definitions. Okay, question number 1. What is your profession? He's asking you. What is your profession and what is your business? How do they differ? What are the things you might, number 2, what are the things you might have counted in your net worth before reading this chapter? How do you view them now? Number 3, are the assets you are acquiring the type that you love? If not, how can you change that? Number 4, what is the time you bought a luxury that your cash flow couldn't justify? What is the time you did? What is the time you did so when it could justify the purchase? What is the time you did so when it could justify the purchase? Okay, I'm going to read this again because he's asking about 2 things. This is question number 4. What is a time you bought a luxury that you cash flow could not justify? Like you bought something very expensive and you didn't have the cash for it. And then the other one is, what is a time you did so when it could justify the purchase? Compare how you felt in the two situations, both at the moment of the purchase and later. Question number 5. Have there been people in your family who have spent their whole lives working for someone else only to end up with nothing? What would you have advised them if you could? That's the end of the questions. Now, definitions. He has 4 definitions. Number 1, a bond. What's a bond? A bond is a debt security in which the authorized issuer owes the holders a debt and is obliged to repay the principal and interest at a later date. Term, maturity. An entrepreneur, what's the definition? An entrepreneur is someone who creates a system to offer a product or service in order to obtain a profit. Do you know most people call themselves entrepreneurs, but they are not? Listen to this definition again. An entrepreneur is someone who creates a system to offer a product or service in order to obtain a profit. Entrepreneurs are willing to accept a level of risk to pursue opportunity and are viewed as fundamentally important in the capitalistic society. What is a financial statement? A financial statement is a statement of your income, expenses, assets, and liabilities, or your report card. You put report card in quotes when you leave school and what your banker wants to see before lending you money. What is a stock? A stock is the capital raised by a corporation through the distribution of shares. That's the end of video number 27, and that's the end of chapter 3, lesson 3, mind your own business, including we did all the questions and the definitions, so we ended it. So, video number 28 will be chapter 4, lesson 4, the history of taxes and the power of corporations. Hopefully I didn't go so fast that you didn't but have the video. You can stop it, you can rewind it. That's the beauty of recording it. I felt like I was rushing today. Okay. For those of you who are new, I record videos every day. And when you see me dressed like this, means it's rich dad or dad time. When I'm talking about other things, I dress differently. So, 11 a.m. USA Eastern Time. Please check your local timing. 11 a.m. US Eastern Time. Please watch out for my notification. Click on the bell to make sure you're notified when I have a premiere. They come as premieres every day. These videos, and please, to support them better, you'll be on them as the premiering. Don't wait to watch it later. Come within the hour while it's still premiering. And please always, after chatting, leave a comment. Don't just stop in the chat when we are there. When it's premiering, after you watch, please always leave a comment. And that's 11 a.m. is for books. And on Friday, the same time, but that just changed this time. So just a few days ago. 11 a.m., this will be our first live on Friday when I'm doing at 11 a.m. So it's continuous daily. Then on Thursdays and Sundays, just 30 minutes later, 11:30, I do on Thursdays, I do book YouTube tips and business tips. I switch them around depending. And then on Sunday, I do motivational one. That one I think I want to be the message for everyone. Asking you to take a step to make your life better. For those of you who want to get this, maybe you want to get ahead of me, you want to listen to audio, click on the link in the description too, but also I'm putting them now in the pinned comment to make it easier for you. So a pinned comment has a link to Amazon, but through my website. I'm an associate, so you go through the website honestsoul.com. There's a page for Amazon, and you click on the button that said Audible and Podcast, where it takes you to Amazon Audible, and make sure you are choosing Audible Premium Plus. Audible Premium Plus, that's how you get this book. They'll give you free credit, and you listen free for a whole month. But if you choose to stay with that account, you have to pay like $14, I think 95 cents. But if you choose to the other regular, that's called Audible, just Plus, you listen to everything else you want, including podcasts. There's so many great things. Click and go see what they have. That one is, I think, $7.95 if you choose to pay after the month. But my intention here is to create a group that's large enough. In fact, I said we'll start with 50, and then I'll share my password to that premium account that has this book. That's my intention here. So invite more people. We'll make it a real big community. I'll pay for it, and then you can go listen. So don't forget, there is a link, a second link in the pinned comment that takes you to all the videos I've finished, all the way from number 1 to 26. Every time I add it, it adds on. You play one time, they play continuously. Although I apologize, they have to be like a little bit boring because I repeat the beginning and the ending. I always talk about Robert, who is Robert, and I always talk my skill at the end. So repetitive, but I have to do it because some people land on this video and they don't know everything else I'm doing. Okay, please share this video, invite more people. These are important points. Get a notebook. If you need to go back to, since I started the videos, and get out the big point. This can change your life if you take it really, really seriously. Okay? So please, let's take it seriously, especially the children. These videos are good. I don't use bad language. Let the children listen. They could get out, they could understand it even better, and start taking action. And with your guidance too, assuming everything is clear, it's not very complicated. Start thinking about those assets. It's so, so important. Try avoid liabilities. Please leave a comment. Like fast. The likes are not enough. Like and then leave a comment. Like I always end these messages, take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. Take a step to a better you. Bye-bye.